Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. However, in this case, starting 420 early. I am your lovable, humble host, the Master of Ceremonies, the King of Thursday nights, Tom Dog 247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby! All right, so as you're noticing on the description there, you are not seeing things, but you are correct. It is our 420 episode. Well, it's our special. We didn't do 420 episodes yet. So, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Maybe we'll do something. Maybe we'll do something special on there and everything like that. So, we don't know. But we're going to have a lot of fun here today. And as you saw from where I was looking at, yes, I got tattoos. But that's not the only thing. But on the far in the distance there, in the middle of the screen, you can see something yellow. And that is one of the cars that is the car that we're going to be launching off of Mount Chiliad. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. So, but before we get started, let's do the shout outs, the plugs, and our sponsor, our lovable, humble sponsor that we have. Come on, let's get some more sponsors into here and everything like that. So, a lot of things going down and everything, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. But before, as I said, let's go ahead and do the shout outs like we always do. Big shout out over to everybody over at Gaming Pros and Otherwise, and Gamer Geeks over on Facebook. If you have not yet checked it out, you're missing out on a lot of fun. Definitely got to check that out. It's worth every moment of it, and trust me, you will love it. And make sure you tell them Tom Dog sent you. Also, big shout out to my good friend Jen. Hope she's watching here tonight. Always got to shout out, give her a shout out and everything. To my good friend Jen, Channel X Hall of Famer, because it's just Jen. And last but not least, big old shout out goes out to my good friend, my wonderful friend Marissa, who's probably not watching because she's going to bed early tonight. So at least she got this. Check out the shout out that I gave her and everything like that. So then she can go to bed saying, "Yay, my friend shot me out." Gave me a shout out. So, what's up to my good friend Marissa? She's kind of mad at me too, because I gave her like a nickname. You know how I always give her. You know how I always say tomfoolery and everything like that, me inventing it. Well, I gave her a moniker where she can invent something too. You know, I bring in the tomfoolery, and she brings in the mischief. So I said that to her, and it's like, Tom, you're a fucking idiot. You better not say that anymore. It's like, you better keep that to yourself. And I did. I think it's cute. I like it. I don't care. She brings in the mischief. So, hey, it's all about having fun, and that's what I do. I bring in the tomfoolery. So, and watched her jump in and said, "You did not just say that, did you?" And said, "Yeah, I did." And watch, and you know, she's not on right now, but watch. As soon as you see, you know, as soon as she jumps in, if she jumps in tonight, I'm gonna be like, "So, you bringing in the mischief?" I'm gonna have fun with it. And of course, the plugs. Gotta talk about the plugs. The plugs, lovable plugs, not the hair plugs. I don't need them. But yeah, definitely big shout out over to Loot Crate. Looking forward to the box coming to the upcoming box that's scheduled to come out this month. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I know I'm really excited for it because the theme is artifacts, and you definitely don't want to miss out on it. You're definitely going to love what's inside of all the nifty little artifacts that are inside. So you see where I did there. And of course, to Funko.com. Check them out. They're tearing it up over there with the subscription boxes. Got the Legion of Collectors. Got the Marvel Collector Core somewhere. No, oh yeah, that's right. I changed the wall. I'm like pointing in the back there, and there's like I don't even have that up anymore. But yeah, definitely worth checking out and everything, because they're gearing up for the Infinity War. Uh-oh. Low on fuel. There we go. Have some more coffee. But yeah, definitely check them out. It's really cool, and of course.
Nope.
So definitely worth checking out. You have the and of course the Legion of Collectors for DC, and the ever popular Smuggler's Bounty and the Treasure, and the Disney Treasures. Definitely worth checking out. And, of course, this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your old video games and consoles. From retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items, spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. And if you're ever in the Connecticut area and you want to check out these wonderful stores that are in the Connecticut area, you can look up the directions and the list of events that are happening that are sponsored by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You can check out their website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. Yes, sir. So, happy 420. And we're going to take this car out for a ride. Not that one. We already did that one. But this little piece of machinery, yeah, I made it look like into a taxi. And it's the Izzy Classic. It's the Mr. Bean mobile. It's the Mr. Bean car. And I like it. But they're actually basing it off of the Italian Job.
Boss.
And that's pretty cool and everything like that. So, all right. So, we're gonna be launching this car off of Mount Chiliad. This car just came out, as well as some other cars you can check out as well. That you can check out if you love GTA 5. Got one in the legendary Motorsport, which is the Vivid Flash GT, which is right here. And it's for $1.675 million. And if you want the bad boy that I'm driving, the Izzy Classic, you could do $360,000 for this beautiful piece of machinery here. Beautiful, wonderful customizations on it too. So highly recommended. And also, the Sea Sparrow is also for $1,815,000. So yeah, that's really cool. They brought back the Sea Sparrow. And so a lot of news coming in for Grand Theft Auto 5, or for Rockstar actually. There's been some talks going on that they might be showing up at E3 this year. When we get, I'm going to be talking more about E3 when we get closer to the date, about the schedule that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a random video pretty much like I did last year about the schedule for E3. So be on the lookout for that. Um, I gotta upload. I've been meaning to upload the video to Wrestling Prime. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow while I have some time to do so. That's if I don't get high. I don't sparkable and everything like that. 420. but um, but yeah. Um, it was what I was saying. Yeah. Did a nice little moment of silence for. Oh, that reminds me. To Bruno Sammartino, who passed away. Did a nice little thing for him. As well as the episode that I was supposed to do, which I kind of put in with this with this week's Raw too, about Jeff Hardy winning the U.S. title and everything like that. So, but before we continue what we're going to be talking about, we got to do a moment of silence for three people during the course of 4 days. There's been deaths all over the place, and there was one yesterday, being Wednesday, of Bruno Sammartino, as well as during at the beginning of the week was Arlie Ermy, for him best as Sergeant Hartman on Full Metal Jacket, one of my favorite war movies, and one of my favorite movies I absolutely love. I'm actually going to watch that this weekend in memory of him. Actually, the first half of the movie, because that one's more intense. I like that scene. I like that movie. I just like the first half of that. Second half is the second half of the movie is all right, but maybe find a way to watch Willard too, because he's also in that movie as well. Willard, he plays Willard's boss. So it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, you also know him best as the Sarge in Toy Story, providing the voice of that character. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of Toy Story movie marathons this weekend. Also, another great actor, actor slash comedian, Harry Anderson, known for his role as the judge on Night Court, one of the popular sitcoms in the 80s, as well as his role as Adult Richie in the 1990 made-for-TV film It. So, not the remake. He wasn't in the remake, but he played Richie in that one. So I'm gonna watch that as well too, because that one's pretty cool. And gonna love that. And it's very, very sad, very sad. And of course the big shocker that happened on Tuesday. Tuesday. Barbara Bush. Passed away at 92. First lady during after the Reagan administration. George H.W. Bush, not George W. It's actually George W.'s mom. She passed away, and she was suffering, and terrible. Very sad, very tragic for all four of them. But I already did my respects to Bruno Sammartino um, on my taping, and but for the three of for the other three, Arlie, Ermy, Harry Anderson, and Barbara Bush, um, their legacy will be remembered into the Channel X Hall of Fame. So, um, good honor to have all three of them in there. They very, very prudent in my life and everything like that. Very profitable and everything. And so let's go ahead and do a moment of silence for those three. All right. So, so yeah. So yeah. So let's have fun here tonight. Let's just go ahead and do that. We gotta have some fun here tonight. It's 4:20 shortly, about another half hour. And so got some pictures to show you. If I remember where they are. So, got some fun memories. I'm gonna delete that one. That one's blurry. And so I was as I mentioned, I did I was involved in the 20th anniversary party of the studio that I started from, and it was really cool, really cool. A lot of fond memories and everything, and very special part of my life. And I've been with them for many years, and I actually had a blast and everything. And so I had a nice little share some pictures with everybody. These are some of my friends. Actually, let me oops. Let me fix the brightness on that. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. On the right there, that there's Lone Wolf. He has his own show on the channel, and then right over there is a good buddy of mine, a good friend of mine, right there in the middle, in the white. That's Metal Messiah, and my good friend Crow, and of course Super Driver, and a good friend Nate. Oops. Forgot about that. My good friend Nate, and also my good friend Johnny B. So, So we had a good time and everything, and we have more to show you. We have more. So right over here is another good friend of mine, Nick. A good friend Nick. You may not recognize him. I mean, some of you might recognize him. He's been on Law and Order a few times. As like, just like as an extra, and he was in the background for in one scene for Spider-Man 2, near the end, at the end of the movie, where Mary Jane was running out, and she was running out in the park there, through the park, and towards going towards Peter, and so it was really cool. So he worked. He did a lot of stuff for SKYE 13 as well too. And then this guy right over here, good friend of mine, Al. Always have to put up with my tomfoolery. So big shout out to Al, good friend of mine. And then of course, a wonderful reunion. My good friend Brenda, aka Bits, she does some music and everything. Definitely big shout out to her. I talked about her a few times on the show. Definitely a big shout out to her. She helped me 20 years ago, actually, as a matter of fact. No, 15 years ago. Excuse me, 15 years ago. I actually wrote a song, which was entitled "Tom Dog Rocks the House," and I can't put it up on here because I haven't secluded the rights to, because the music, the background music that I have is from samples from something else. So it's a little fun thing that I did back in the day. So who knows? Maybe I'll do an acapella for you guys one day, just to protect myself. So we could do like an acapella one day. So very honored to have her be there and everything like that. And of course, can't do without the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour. That is at the studio where Tom Dog built, good old me and everything. So my profile picture. And of course, yours truly getting in wrestling character with Super Driver, my Master X persona in the Super Driver. Had a lot of fun there. We definitely had a lot of fun with that. And so we definitely had a lot of fun. So it was great fond memories there. Gotta brighten this up a little bit. And then some really cool ones right here. My good friend Papa T, right there on the right, and then in the middle there, my good friend Lisa, who works at the studio, one of the technical advisors there, and right over there, to the left there is my good buddy Stacy, who did the show, Do Dat. You can actually check out his YouTube channel. while I'm at it, and it's Dude Dat TV. So definitely worth checking out. A lot of fond memories of what he used to do back in the day with his show and everything like that. So some classic, some moments there of his cable access show, which is called Dude Dat, and to this, and I was sharing it. I was, he hasn't seen me in over 20, in so long. It's been so many years, and it was great to reunite with him and everything. It's such a blast, and I'm giving him a shout out because he's following me on Facebook. Following me on YouTube, and I subscribe to his channel too. And I suggest you guys do the same thing too, because he is really talented. He's amazing. He's really great, and a future Channel X Hall of Famer. So I hope he's watching, so that I can give him a little shout out. So it was good. It was good seeing him again. It was an honor and a privilege to have him be a part of this as well too. So good friend to the end. Do that. And you know what? And I shared with him too, as I said. I still remember his theme, his intro song. It was called "Do Dat Dat." Do that, motherfucker. Do that. So, and it's amazing. It's amazing how I still remember that after all these years. And it clicks. It really clicks. So it's good to have. Maybe one of these days we'll have him on the show. Who knows? Never know. Never know. All depends what happens. So it really is. It was truly an honor to have him there and everything. So, but as I said, I had a blast. I absolutely had a blast at the 20th anniversary celebration, and it was and I was honored to induct my boss, Steve Bandera, into the Channel X Hall of Fame. So it was a huge honor to him and everything like that, and it was a great honor and privilege for him to be there. And it's too bad we couldn't do like a show. It's like with all the old with all these old and new producers and everything like that, we could have definitely tour the house, tear it up, and definitely do a show and everything. It would have been really, really cool, just like a little anniversary celebration and everything. But they had footage of all the old shows and everything. And if I would have known that sooner, that something like this was going to happen, I would have submitted some tapes as well too. And because I have plenty. And it would have been a lot of fun. And definitely do some some wrestling footage, some other footage that we've done and everything like that, because we were, it was really great too, because we basically were just like, getting together and just talking about all the stuff that happened, all the memories, the moments, and everything. It was really, really cool, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And it was such a great moment, and it was such a great time. And and everybody was still talking about the moment in 2000 where I put, my head went through the wall in the old studio that we went to. And whenever I'm out in public and everything like that, everyone still talks about it, and it's still talked about to this day, and it has a bit of a nostalgic feeling to it, and it's really cool. And we have a lot of fun with it, and but again, it was such a great honor to be there. And, you know, definitely, you know, here's to another 20. Don't worry, it's not alcohol. I gotta be somewhere in the morning. And I can't drink. Because I'm driving. I'm saving all my fun for tomorrow. Motherfucker. Thank you, Tracy. For letting me keep that song in my head. Oh man, Stacy, I mean. But it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, big shout out to him. Big shout out to Dude Dad. And nice. But yeah, a lot of fun, you know, a lot of fun memories. 20 years, and you know, the place is still, you know, still going good and everything like that. You know, maybe one of these days I should swing on by there and, you know, do some shows. I mean, if I do, I'll still put them on YouTube, but the only thing is that I can't play any music if I do. Why? I don't know. We shall see, though. We shall see. But as soon as we get to the top of the as soon as we get to the top of there, we'll have even more fun. In the meantime, you know, as I said, it's 4:20, and one of the things, you know, segueing into today's show, is one of the things that we always talked about on my show, and especially around, of course, 420, and we always talk about marijuana and how it should be legalized, and it's always been an ongoing conversation, like countlessly, and we mean countlessly. And it's been, you know, countlessly doing that, and because there are certain areas where marijuana is not legalized, and you know, post in the comments down below if your state and or city hasn't had marijuana legalized yet, so or hasn't, you know, that sort of thing. Definitely worth sharing. So puff puff pass pass. And you know, to be honest with you, you know, it should be legalized everywhere. You know, it should be legal, you know, because back in the day, before, you know, we were ever even born, you know, marijuana was used for medical purposes. You know, they were used for, you know, for medical purposes. And, you know, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that, and everybody was fine with it, and you know everybody was feeling, believe it or not, it is a good drug, and you actually do feel a lot better. Um, I'm for it. I'm always going to be for it, and because at one point we, marijuana saved my life. Um, True story. Um, about about I would say about maybe um I forgot how long ago. Could be about 10 years ago. 10 or 12 years ago. I was was getting skinny. Um I was as Why do I even have these up? It's not Cinco de Mayo yet. Trying to give a good analysis of how skinny I was, but I don't see it. Oh well. Bottom line, I was skinnier than this stick. I was as skinny as a stick. And doctors didn't know what was going on. Doctors doing all the, running all these tests. They had a camera down my throat, where the pictures looked like I was like a vagina. I don't know, or an anus. I don't know, like the inside of my ass. Um, Doctors couldn't tell what was going on. I was getting skinny, skinny, skinny. I was like skinny as this slider, as skinny as this slider. And I was throwing up a lot, losing a lot of hours at work, and everything, feeling horrible. And doctors couldn't tell what was going on and everything. And if I was getting skinny, the more skinnier I would get, the more chances of I would die. And my energy was out of whack and everything like that. And I was on the verge of dying if I didn't eat anymore. If I just stopped eating and everything, just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker and just dying. Shortly after, I um I was hanging out with my girlfriend at the time, and we were um at our brother's house smoking weed, and I was feeling better after that because I was getting back my appetite, and I was back to eating and everything, and I was feeling a lot better, and I was getting my weight back, and I owe my life to that. I owe my life to marijuana because it did save my life, and I could have died if I didn't smoke any of that. And marijuana will forever be a part of my life and everything. I don't smoke it. I don't smoke it like religiously, primarily because of the fact I don't know anybody to buy it off of. But it was a lot of fun, and I was glad. My girlfriend at the time. This was like a long ago, long ago. So I forgot her name, but but it was because of the marijuana I was smoking. I gained back my appetite, and marijuana will be forever grateful and thankful that I'm alive here today telling you this story. And marijuana should be legalized. It should. It should be legalized. It should be legalized for everybody. And bottom line, you know, I mean, we're allowed. I mean, here in Connecticut, we're allowed to smoke it, but it has to be medical purposes. But even then, it just should be legalized altogether, you know. But it is what it is. So, with that being said, why don't we just push the envelope here? Right there. Push it over the edge. So, we got the top 5, bringing it back, and I've been kind of lazy with the top 5s, and past few weeks or past month or so, I haven't really done the top 5 that often since the new season started, and I just couldn't really think of anything. I couldn't really think of anything good and everything, and I got to thinking, what are the 5 reasons why I couldn't come up with a top 5 today for this episode here? So, as I said, I came up with 5 of them, and there's only 5 because of the fact that we all know why. Everybody all together, YouTube doesn't pay me. So, my channel's not monetized. So, come on, Susie. Come on. Live a little. Smoke a lot. So here we go. Top 5 excuses I have. I mean, top 5 reasons why I never came up with a top 5 for this episode. Number 5. I was binge watching The Nostalgia Critic. I'm sorry, but I love The Nostalgia Critic. He's awesome. I know he's going through some tough times right now, and so I just wish him nothing but the best. So, because I love the Nostalgia Critic show. It's channel awesome. Everybody that works there is awesome, and of course, Nostalgia Critic is in the Channel X Hall of Fame. So I gotta pay homage to the Hall of Famers, to the Hall of Famer himself. So, number 4, because Donnie Chump filed it under fake news. That's right, I filed it under fake news. Because you know what? The top 5 is nothing but fake news. Nothing but fake news. Just like Crooked Hillary. Just like CNN, Washington Post, New York Times. Just everybody that doesn't work for me. Robert Mueller could be next. But you didn't hear that from me because it's fake news. Number 3. Because I couldn't come up with a top 5 about Brian Price. Jesus Christ, can I talk much? Brian Price. I actually came up with 3. I actually did. And they're all on Twitter. I freaking trolled him. Actually, no, I think 2 or 3. I forgot which. Well, here's a third one. He's going to be replaced by Christopher Plummer. But then again, that joke would have been a lot more funnier if there was a sex charge on him. Oh, you know what? I could have did the top 5 on a priest. God damn it. Yeah, we have a I forgot to do one. I had it. I was it was open for one. Why? I had the opportunity to do so, and I lost the opportunity to do so. But yeah, I did. I tweeted out 2 of them. I actually tweeted out 2 of them on my Twitter at TomDog247. After 666 games, Brian Price is fired from the Reds. Guess he really is a devil. No, that is true. He actually got fired after 666 consecutive games. Failed games, I should say. And then another thing, better things to reboot. Better things to reboot. This is on one of the hashtag games. Hashtag better things to reboot. Hey, I hear the Cincinnati Reds are due for a reboot now that Brian Price is fired. Oh, oh, oh! I just love that one. So yeah, those are my 2 I have about Brian Price, and then of course, if there was is a sex scandal involving him, then yeah, I will put in Christopher Plummer. But Pete Rose is still looking for work. But I want to bet on it. Oh, oh, oh! Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Oh my God. I'm kidding, Pete Rose. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Wouldn't be funny if it weren't true. I'm just playing Reds. You know I love you. I'm a Yankees fan though. I am. We have our own problems already. We had to beat the shit out of a Boston Red Sox pitcher last week. I mean, come on, let them fight. Come on, it was WrestleMania weekend. Come on, it was WrestleMania week. Come on. Oh yeah, I forgot to finish it. Number 2, I didn't file it in my taxes. That was a shitty one. That should have been number 5. I'm sorry. But the number 1 reason why, but I will redeem myself on this one, because the number 1 reason why I didn't do a good top 5 for tonight's episode was because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. And that was your top 5. Top 5. Top 5. Getting high live. Doing the top 5. Yeah, there we go. Paul Schaefer catches this show. He's like, hey, but I'm only paying homage to the guy because Paul Schaefer's awesome. All right. Penelope Cruz. So, all right. So, well, here's a fun fact that you didn't know about 420. Or, here's an interesting 420 fact for you. A little something to share with you guys. Did you know that a children's song is not what you thought it would be? The children's song Puff the Magic Dragon is actually a song about marijuana, about smoking marijuana. Now, the lyric goes, Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. He frolicked in the autumn mist in the land of Halloween. Now, the kid's name is called Jackie Paper. And he loved that rascal Puff. So, a little tidbit for you. Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. So, apparently there's some bong water, which is smoking it out of a bong. Little tidbit for you whenever you hear that song. So now whenever you hear that song Puff the Magic Dragon, just so you know that the beloved children's song is actually a song about marijuana usage. Just saying. It's a true story. It's a true story. It really is. And did you know, I mean, it's also true, and here's another fun fact for you that has nothing to do... Well said. No, the burp has nothing to do with it. That was completely out of left field. But the classic movie, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now we're getting into the munchies now. So, after those, smoking that doobie doo. You had the bad case of the munchies. Well, did you know that in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that's the one with Gene Wilder, God rest his soul, Willy Wonka mentions about the lickable wallpaper. Tastes an orange, it tastes like an orange. Lick a pineapple, it tastes like a pineapple. Go ahead, lick it. Have some more. The strawberries taste like strawberries. Now, here's the thing about this one. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Now, Veruca Salt goes, who ever heard of a snozberry? Well, at that time she didn't know what it is, what a snozberry is. But now she does. And guess what it is? A snozberry is a European term for the tip of the penis. Look it up. Google snozberry. You'd be surprised. I'm not doing it here because of the fact that I'm about to launch this car off of Mount Chiliad. But trust me, Google that today. Google that right now. Snozberry. You'd be surprised. I shit you not. Oh, and by the way, it's 420. Whee! Yeah, yeah. A compact car has a truck horn. Oh. Oh man. And the vehicle still stands. Let's get into some bright light so we can see the damage. Or go underneath here. So let's take a look at the damage. Wow. Not much damage. Really, this car really handles punishment really well. It really does, and I didn't put the armor on. I didn't really get I didn't get any armor for this. So kudos to me. Kudos to me. Well, on that note, we are going to call it a night here, and I hope you all had a great time as much as I did, and you guys out there and gals, each and every one of you have a safe 420. I actually have business cards made up, so I got some events to go to later on today. I'll be handing these little puppies out. I'm not going to show you because there's some things I can't show you. But I will say this, they're amazing. It's amazing. So, so definitely check out my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. And if you miss any of tonight's episode, you can check it out immediately following the camera being turned off. After the camera turns off, you can check it out on the YouTube channel that you are seeing right here, right now. And while you're at it, you know hit the comment, leave a comment about whether or not marijuana is legalized in your area. Love to hear, get some feedback on that and what you think. Should it, and if it isn't, should it be legalized? Let us know in the comments down below. And while you're at it, hit that like button. Give this episode a thumbs up. Let you know that you watched it and saw I had to put up my shit. And also ringy dingy that bell. Because we gotta have more cowbell. We gotta We got to have more cod oil. And, I got to have a fever. I have a fever, and the prescription is you guys ringy-dinging that bell. And more importantly, more than anything, face hug that subscribe button. So we will see you all again here next week. Same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel. See you later. Have a good weekend. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace.